Howdy folks, I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Reddit. Our first story is titled, Am I a Jerk for Going to My Family's Thanksgiving Instead of My Husband's? I'm a 38-year-old female, and my husband is a 40-year-old male, and I have been celebrating Thanksgiving with his family since we've been together. We celebrate Christmas with my family. We would have the families be together during the holidays, but there is tension between the families. I'm a vegetarian and I will bring my own food to the dinners. His family will crack jokes about the food that I bring. Another huge issue that I have is that since I've had my daughter, a 5-year-old female, I am asked to sit at the kids' table. My parents are celebrating Thanksgiving with our other family members in their lake house, and it's about an hour away. I told my husband that daughter and I will be going to the lake house to celebrate with my family. My husband was upset and says, "What? My mom is planning on making you a vegetarian meal just for you." I looked at him and said, "I'm going to go celebrate with my family. Nothing is going to change my mind." His mother calls me and starts yelling at me that I have hurt her and her husband's feelings. My husband has made comments about not celebrating Christmas with my family. Am I the jerk for going to my family's Thanksgiving instead of my husband's? Alright, OP, I think this is a complicated situation for sure. I think that this seems like this is something that you're kind of sick of. It seems like you've had communication issues with your husband. It also seems like he doesn't really support you. And on the other hand, it seems like you are, I mean, it doesn't sound like you're planning on doing this like permanently. So I don't know. And it sounds like you've made your plans ahead of time. It sounds like you want to go to a different Thanksgiving. And I don't know. I can't honestly blame you for wanting to do this. And I mean, I do think that this is everyone's a little bit of a jerk situation where nothing's going to change your mind, so to speak. But again, like honestly, I don't know. With the family treating you poorly whenever you go there and forcing you to sit at the kids' table and not really respecting you and then making fun of what you bring, why would you want to subject yourself to that? And your husband, I mean, I can't understand, shocked Pikachu face here, that why you wouldn't want to go to Thanksgiving with them. So, I think this is a really tricky situation. I think it's a really tough situation. So I'm curious what you folks have to say about it. I don't know if there is a nice, clean, right answer here. I think that this is a difficult situation and it's put OP in a bad place. So yeah, anyhow, take care and good luck. Everyone's a jerk. It sounds like you unilaterally changed plans without talking to your husband about it. He should have been backing you up all these years. And you may be justified in skipping the family dinner with the way you've been treated, but you should have at least discussed it with him first. I would agree, except they made her sit at the kids' table, and her husband is apparently okay with it. Yeah, that's the part here that really strikes a nerve with me, is that on top of everything, like, she's asked to sit at the kids' table and they make fun of her the entire time she's there. Honestly, I just can't blame her for not wanting to go. And I do understand that the husband might be hurt that she's unilaterally trying to change the plans, but she's also not telling husband that he can't go. This is just a mess. This is a really messy situation. Everyone's a jerk. This is exactly what I was thinking. Instead of resolving the problem, OP made a unilateral, non-negotiable decision. And her spouse is a jerk for not stopping the poor treatment of his wife when it happened. Alright, our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for making my roommate drive 4 hours home to clean her fish tank because I'm mad that she adopted a dog while filming on location? Some background. I live in a mid-sized house with 2 roommates. Let's call them Jess and Dave. My 115-pound dog and Jess's cat. Jess works in the film industry and regularly pulls 12 to 17-hour days. When we all moved in together, she had an indoor/outdoor cat. She got a 15-gallon fish tank, and soon after we moved in, I told her that's a lot of upkeep, and this was all on her, and she agreed. Outside of feeding them, if she needed me to, I wanted no part because I'm not into fish. Before we moved in together, she would talk about wanting a dog, and I would just remind her of the lifestyle and be like, hey, maybe one day for sure, but definitely not right now, you're just not around. She brought it up several times, and I've still been like, hey, yeah, bad idea. I'm not trying to dictate her life, but this impacts me more than it does her. Dave works from home full time, and I work 8 to 5 p.m. Jess got a job working on a film set 2 months ago and started shooting on location 4 hours away. When she left, her cat had to be in a cone and got drops in his ear 2 times a day and tried to clean up the issue. Her cat is a huge jerk about this. He'd scream all night. He can't sleep in my room, scratch the paint off my door, attack my feet and hair. Wouldn't use the litter box unless you physically put him in it. It took months of this. His ears are better and he's chilled out. Jess came home during this time for a wedding and cleaned her tank while she was here. A week later, she sends me a video of a dog that says, "Meet Mona." I asked if she was fostering, and she says, "No, she's mine. See you at the end of November." Now I'm livid at this point, and I've stopped responding to cool off. After a few days, I decided that this is dumb and I need to keep communication open while she's gone, and we can just shelve this for now. Recently, her tank started to get gross, and I sent her a picture asking what she was going to do about it, and her response was, "Oh, I can just call you and walk you through it." That was a week and a half ago. Neither Dave nor I want to do it. And the reality is setting in that the dog is coming back with Jess a month from now, and I'm just angry. It took 3 months to get my dog used to her cat. He'd never lived with one before and would freak out any time he came around. We don't know how this dog is with other animals, and that's just going to be on me and Dave to deal with. I've talked to Dave about it, and he thinks the decision was short-sighted. She found herself an ideal situation for a few months and decided just to do it even though she knew that we were against it. It feels inconsiderate of our living situation and disrespectful considering that we have been taking care of her animals for months. We also just signed a new lease, and I don't know if I'm even comfortable living with her anymore. This was so blatantly an F you. Am I being a jerk asking her to drive back on the weekend to do it herself? I just don't want to clean her fish tank. Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk? Not the jerk?
Not the jerk.
Amber says not the jerk. You know, I for sure don't think that OP is a jerk in this situation. I think the roommate is taking advantage of their goodwill. And I think that you need to outline, I think OP needs to outline the terms here and say, look, if you bring a pet home, if you're bringing this dog home, I'm not going to take care of it, and if it starts to fall into neglect, I'm going to call the animal shelter, and I'm going to have them come and take it. And I think that's the best that OP can do in this situation. This isn't their problem. These animals aren't their responsibility, and they've been saddled with this. Like, it would be one thing if they were willing and able, and it was like a weekend thing. But this sounds like that OP's doing all of the hard work of being, caring for an animal, while their roommate gets to do the fun stuff, like hang out with their pets. So it just seems like a really good deal for the roommate and a really bad deal for OP. So I can't blame OP in the least for not wanting to do this and telling them that they're not going to put up with it anymore. So yeah, I think they'll get the point pretty quickly. And if they can't take care of it, hopefully they can actually do the responsible thing and, bring the dog back to the shelter. I don't know. What do you folks think? Just let me know in the comments below. Anyhow, take care and good luck. She is indeed the jerk. And she's got a 10 ears for limits and boundaries. So you've got to have to lay it out in black and white. You and Dave agreed to 0 pet care. She goes out of town. It's 100% on her to arrange boarding, rover, or pet sitting. She fails to do that or her arrangements fall through. You drive her pets to a location and drop them off to rehome them. Give this chick exactly 0 wiggle room. Not the jerk. I'm a fish lover, so this might seem excessive to you, but get a chance when Dave's not there either. Just take her fish and sell them or take them to a pet store. Tell them you both found them all dead and scoot them out and toss them. Better no one else knows. They'll be dead soon otherwise. You're supposed to do a partial water change weekly, so that toxic ammonia levels don't build up. When they do, your tank is pretty done for. When a fish dies, it produces a ton of ammonia as it decomposes very quickly. One dead fish left in a tank, and that's it. Just the stress of a dirty tank can kill them off. Hopefully, she won't bother to get any more. Alright, our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Losing Weight Before My Sister's Wedding? I'm a 28-year-old female, and I used to be quite overweight. Over the last year or so, I have made many changes to my life, and I have successfully lost almost 100 pounds. I don't live close to any of my family, and I don't post on social media, so my family wasn't really aware of my weight loss. I did mention that I was making healthier life choices, but that's it. It's just that every time before that I've tried to lose weight, it hasn't worked out, so I didn't want anyone commenting on it. My sister is 26 and she got engaged last year, and I'm super happy for her. Due to circumstances, the wedding had to be pushed back a little. It's happening a week from now, and because I haven't seen anyone in so long, I decided to come down 2 weeks early to help out and catch up. Well, when I came to see my family, my sister freaked out upon seeing me. As it turns out, she has gained a little bit of weight, not super noticeable, and to me, she still looks great. But I think this is the first time in our lives that I've been smaller than her, and I've always been the quote, fat sister. She basically accused me of trying to upstage her, and my parents are fully taking her side. I'm really not sure if I'm in the wrong here, as so many of my family are taking her side of things. Am I the jerk for losing weight before my sister's wedding? Alright, what do you folks think? Jerk? Not the jerk?
Not the jerk.
You know, OP, you should have known better than to make healthier life choices. I think this is a sensitive topic, and it sounds like it's a sensitive topic for your sister as well. And people aren't used to rapid changes, and I think that's part of what happened here. You changed very quickly to them, while it was a slow and gradual change for you. They weren't really expecting this, and now suddenly you are looking different, and people don't like change, period. And so I think hopefully this is more of a matter of change and less of a matter of like them actually feeling like you're upstaging them. But what do they expect? Everyone at the wedding to be heavier than your sister? I mean, this is such an unreasonable, weird expectation to put on you. I don't think you did anything wrong at all, OP. I think that you are way, way within the right here. I don't think there's even any question. I think your family is acting pretty bad here. I don't think that they're acting very supportive. And instead of, congratulating you on the hard work you've put into this, they're trying to tear you down. And I think tearing you down like that is just inappropriate. So yeah. Anyhow, take care and good luck. Wow, OP, you spent a whole year of your life losing weight and making sacrifices just to upstage your sister? How dedicated and petty of you. /sarcasm. How delusional is your family? Not the jerk. Instead of being happy that her sister is making healthy changes, she made it about herself. Totally self-centered. It's the new hit diet. Spite. Alright. Our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Making Vegan Tofu Tetrizini for Dinner After My Husband Decided to Try Going Vegan? Then serving it to my brother-in-law, they came over unannounced and refusing to make it with chicken after they didn't like it. That is quite the title. I think the title probably says it all. My husband decided to try to temporarily go vegan after someone at work recommended it. So with that in mind, I decided to make a tofu vegan tetrizini for dinner the next night, yesterday. But my brother-in-law and his wife ended up swinging by since they were in the neighborhood. After a bite, my brother-in-law spit it out, like a toddler spits something they don't like, and asked me what I did to it. I told him that I made it vegan style since my husband is trying a vegan diet. He told me it was disgusting, and that I should have picked another day to make this, quote, junk. And then his wife said I could have made dinner that had veggies or something instead, which I could have, but I didn't, since I didn't even know they were coming. And I think that they were very rude about it, although I probably should have mentioned it had tofu instead of chicken. He didn't like it, and I refused to remake it. I didn't eat any since I had to eat the rest of my Panda Express while dinner was cooking. Alright, folks, what do you think? Jerk? Not the jerk.
Not the jerk.
I mean, who drops by unannounced and feed me and then complains about the food that they're fed? That's completely unreasonable. Of course, OP isn't the jerk in this situation. So, yeah. I don't know. I think this one's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
I don't know that there is any nuance here at all. Don't show up at someone's house and then be rude when you demand they feed you and then you don't like what they fed you. Plain and simple. So wait, your brother-in-law just randomly came over with no notice and spit out the food that you didn't actually make for him because you didn't know he was coming? Not the jerk, but most certainly he is. Yeah, I'm happy to feed family when they appear at mealtimes. If they even dared to be as rude as her brother-in-law, I'd show them the door. Not the jerk. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, consider giving me a like. And if you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all on Monday.
Bye. Happy Halloween.
Bye and happy Halloween. I guess I'm not dressed up today. I guess I probably should have dressed up because it's Halloween week.
Last night.
We dressed up yesterday. So anyhow, I'll see you all later.